If throwing out all that beautiful used wrapping paper also makes you sad, I have 6 simple ways you can repurpose it into something useful. Hi creative friends, I'm Jane from Sustain My Craft Habit. One of the easiest things to do is to trim off all the rough edges for larger pieces that are still usable and then roll them around a toilet paper roll for when you need wrapping paper. Next, we're going to make a beautiful monogram decor piece using those wrapping paper scraps. Start by printing out the letter that you'd like in your computer software. So I just used Microsoft Word and printed out a N onto one sheet of paper as large as I could. I used my utility knife to cut it out of some cardboard. Next, I took some of the larger pieces of the used wrapping paper and cut them to 4-inch wide strips. Then I folded each of those in half and cut small strips along the unfolded edge. I used a bit of hot glue to help hold the edge down as I rolled it around to create a little tassel. As you can see, I picked colors of wrapping paper that kind of went together that were really fun rather than too holiday. So some pinks, teals, and lime greens from the paper that I had. Next, I used the sharp edge of my scissors to curl all those little strips backwards to create this little pom-pom tassel. I continued this process with all the different wrapping papers until I filled the entire cardboard surface of the N. Next, I punched little holes at the top of the N and then added some threaded wooden beads for a hanger at the top. And then trimmed any of the excess paper just to really make the N shape pop out. And there we go, an upcycled piece of decor for my daughter's bedroom that I think is so cute and she absolutely loves. The next idea is to make some gift tags for next year's gift wrapping. I simply took a sheet of 8.5 by 11 white cardstock paper and cut it evenly into smaller rectangles. Then I found pieces of this really pretty wrapping paper with a green foil effect and cut them down to match along the bottom edge of my gift tags. After placing a simple ribbon that coordinates with the paper, I simply wrote to and from, and now my gift tags are ready for next year. I just have to remember where I'm going to store them. This next idea is one of my favorites, and that's to make your own festive washi tape. So I used my Xyron Create a Sticker and fed through 5 inches wide strips of the papers. So you want to look for sections that are large enough, that are intact enough, and simply use your machine to add an adhesive backing onto there. If you don't have the Create a Sticker, you can use double-sided tape and some wax paper to create a similar effect. Once your adhesive is on the back of that wrapping paper, cut it into 1/2-inch wide strips and set it aside for all your future gift wrapping or crafting needs. The fourth way you can repurpose your gift wrap is to make cute envelopes. So I simply opened up an envelope that I liked and used that as the template, and with a pair of scissors trimmed my wrapping paper around there. You want to use paper that's pretty thick, like a better quality paper, or else the envelopes end up too flimsy. But once you've cut that out, simply fold along those edges and glue the flaps down, and that's it. You have handy and useful envelopes to give all your Christmas cards in next year, or if you are making Christmas cards, then you can create these envelopes to be just the right size. I also made some slightly smaller versions that could be used for gift cards, for example. Finally, the fifth idea for using up that used wrapping paper is to make festive cards with them. I took a nice piece of white cardstock and cut it in half, scored those 2 pieces in half, and then folded them to create tent cards. Next, I took some really cute motifs from this wrapping paper that I love and cut those out and then decoupaged or glued those cutouts onto my greeting card. So here is a really cute gingerbread house and then a little gnome, and this one has one tree and a couple of the little gnomes. So really the sky's the limit with these custom cards that you can have for next year. If you really wanted to dress them up a bit, you can wait till that glue dries and then add a little bit more just on certain spaces, and then sprinkle on a little bit of fine glitter, and that will really amp up the fanciness of your handmade Christmas cards. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed these 6 creative ways to use up that gift wrap that's used from all your holiday gift giving rather than throwing it in the garbage. If you like these ideas, be sure to like and subscribe for more nature-inspired DIY, crafts, and upcycling projects. Happy crafting!